Have you ever found yourself, or watched a loved one, grapple with a creeping dread as the years advance? A fear not of aging itself, but of what aging is supposed to look like according to outdated narratives. For countless individuals navigating the rich complexities of life between 60 and 85 and even beyond, the looming specter of the traditional nursing home casts a long, anxious shadow. It often materializes in the mind as a symbol of surrendered autonomy, a final impersonal chapter penned by circumstance rather than personal desire. This vision can feel like an inevitable decline, a quiet fading into a system that, however well-intentioned, may not align with the vibrant spirit and deeply held values of a life fully lived. But what if this pervasive narrative is fundamentally flawed? What if the path ahead is not a narrow corridor leading to a single standardized door, but a landscape rich with diverse, empowering, and deeply personal alternatives? The truth, a liberating and increasingly recognized reality, is that the landscape of senior living is undergoing a profound transformation. The once dominant model of institutional care is no longer the default, nor is it the only recourse. A quiet revolution is underway, fueled by a generation of older adults who are not passively accepting a pre-written script, but are actively co-authoring their futures. They are seeking and finding innovative pathways that prioritize not just safety and care, but also fulfillment, respect, joy, and a continuity of self. These are not utopian fantasies or fleeting trends. They are tangible, accessible choices being embraced by discerning individuals and families across the globe. The paradigm is shifting from a question of where will I go when I can no longer manage alone to how can I live my best life on my own terms with the right support as I age. This exploration is born from a conviction that you deserve to know these alternatives, to understand their nuances, and to feel empowered by the breadth of possibilities. We will delve into 7 distinct approaches that offer more than just a place to live. They offer a way to thrive, preserving dignity, fostering independence, and nurturing the connections that give life its deepest meaning. Some of these solutions are rooted in the familiar comfort of home, reimagined with innovative support. Others cultivate new forms of community, blending independence with social vibrancy. Each path we uncover is a testament to the evolving understanding of what it means to age well in the 21st century. As we journey through these options, you may discover a vision that resonates deeply, one that offers not just a practical solution, but a renewed sense of hope and control over the narrative of your own life, or that of someone you cherish. Prepare to have your perceptions challenged and your horizons expanded, because the future of aging is far more flexible, dignified, and inspiring than you might have ever imagined. And if you're finding this perspective on reframing later life to be a breath of fresh air, and you believe in the power of informed choices, we warmly invite you to support our mission. Please take a moment to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. This ensures you won't miss out on future content designed to empower, inform, and inspire you at every stage of life. Your engagement helps us reach more people who deserve to know these liberating truths. 1. The sanctuary of self, thriving in your own home with tailored in-home care. Perhaps the most intuitively appealing and deeply resonant alternative is the choice to remain within the cherished walls of one's own home, a sanctuary filled with memories, routines, and a profound sense of belonging. This isn't about stoic endurance or a refusal to acknowledge changing needs. Rather, it's a proactive decision to enhance independence by integrating personalized support right where life feels most authentic. In-home care represents a paradigm shift from needing help to strategically leveraging support to maintain a high quality of life. The beauty of this approach lies in its inherent flexibility and respect for individual autonomy. It acknowledges that the desire to sleep in one's own bed, to tend to familiar gardens, or to sit in a beloved armchair surrounded by personal history is not a trivial preference, but a cornerstone of emotional and psychological well-being. The spectrum of in-home care services is remarkably broad, designed to adapt to the unique and evolving needs of each individual. It can range from assistance with instrumental activities of daily living, such as meal preparation, light housekeeping, transportation for errands and appointments, and medication reminders, to more personal care, including help with bathing, dressing, mobility, and continence care. For many, it begins subtly, perhaps with a few hours of companionship and help with chores a week, and can gradually scale up to more comprehensive daily support or even 24/7 care if required. The key is that the care adapts to the person, not the other way around. This bespoke approach stands in stark contrast to the often standardized routines of institutional settings. The psychological dividends of aging in place with appropriate support are immense and well documented. Studies consistently indicate that seniors who remain in their own homes tend to experience lower rates of depression, maintain higher levels of cognitive function, and report a greater overall sense of life satisfaction. This isn't merely about the comfort of familiar surroundings. It's about the preservation of identity, control, and connection to one's personal narrative. Imagine Margaret, 78, whose arthritis makes cooking elaborate meals a challenge, and whose memory for medication schedules is not as sharp as it once was. With a compassionate caregiver visiting 5 days a week for a few hours, she not only receives assistance with these tasks, but also enjoys stimulating conversation and retains the energy to pursue her passions. Her morning crossword puzzles, bird watching from her kitchen window, and her weekly coffee dates with a dear neighbor. Margaret didn't need to be uprooted. She needed a helping hand to continue flourishing in the environment that nurtured her. This ability to maintain personal routines, social connections, and a sense of mastery over one's environment is profoundly life-affirming. For families, knowing their loved one is safe, comfortable, and happy in their own home while receiving professional and compassionate care brings invaluable peace of mind. It transforms a potential source of anxiety into a collaborative effort to uphold dignity and choice. If the idea of enhancing independence through personalized in-home care resonates with you, or if you've seen its positive impact, please let us know by commenting with the number 1 below. Sharing your experiences or thoughts can be incredibly valuable to others exploring this path. 2. The tapestry of togetherness, nurturing bonds through supportive family living. Another deeply enriching path, one that harks back to age-old traditions, yet is being reinvented for modern sensibilities, involves seniors living with their adult children or other family members. This is not a regression to a state of dependency, nor is it about becoming an imposition. Instead, when approached with intention, open communication, and mutual respect, it can blossom into a profoundly supportive, multi-directional relationship where every member of the household contributes and benefits. This model of intergenerational living can weave a rich tapestry of comfort, shared care, and daily connection, offering a powerful antidote to the isolation that can sometimes accompany later life. It allows older adults to remain intimately involved in the ebb and flow of family life, to witness milestones, share wisdom, and feel a continued sense of belonging and purpose, rather than feeling like detached observers. The psychological advantages are compelling. Being an integral part of a bustling family, contributing in meaningful ways, perhaps by sharing stories with grandchildren, offering a listening ear, or even assisting with light household tasks, can significantly reduce feelings of loneliness and foster a robust sense of being valued and needed. This is not merely about physical presence. It's about active participation and emotional reciprocity. The key to making such arrangements flourish lies in proactive planning and the establishment of clear, respectful boundaries and expectations from the outset. This is where the modern interpretation diverges significantly from older, often less structured models. Successful arrangements prioritize individual needs alongside collective well-being. This might involve creating a private living space for the senior, such as an in-law suite, a converted basement, or a separate cottage on the property, ensuring they have a sanctuary for solitude and personal routines. Consider James, 81, who after his wife's passing found the silence of his large home deafening. His daughter and son-in-law invited him to live in a thoughtfully designed apartment above their garage. He has his own entrance, a compact kitchenette, and the freedom to manage his own schedule. Yet, he also has the joy of sharing evening meals with the family when he chooses, attending his grandson's school events, and engaging in spontaneous conversations that fill his days with warmth and connection. For James, this arrangement didn't diminish his independence. It enriched his life with a renewed sense of family and purpose, alleviating the profound loneliness he had begun to experience. Financially, sharing a household can also present tangible benefits, reducing overall living expenses for all parties involved. Furthermore, in some regions, there may be access to government support programs or tax incentives designed to encourage and facilitate such family care arrangements. Beyond the practicalities, however, lies the immeasurable comfort of knowing that loved ones are close by, offering a safety net of care and companionship that is both immediate and deeply personal. This path requires ongoing communication, flexibility, and a shared commitment, but the rewards in terms of emotional connection and mutual support can be truly profound. What are your thoughts on the evolving nature of multigenerational living as a supportive option? If you see the value in fostering these close family ties in a structured, respectful way, please comment with the number 2 below. We appreciate hearing diverse perspectives on this intimate topic. Number 3, designing for dignity, aging in place with thoughtful home modifications. One of the most empowering strategies for seniors wishing to remain in their familiar surroundings is to proactively adapt their living space to meet their evolving physical needs. This concept, often referred to as aging in place through home modifications, is not about conceding to limitations, but about intelligently reshaping the environment to enhance safety, accessibility, and continued independence. It's a profound statement of foresight and a commitment to living life fully, on one's own terms, within the comfort of a home that truly supports its inhabitant. We are witnessing a growing movement of older adults who are choosing to invest in their homes not just for aesthetic appeal, but for long-term livability and functionality. This is a shift away from reactive crisis management towards proactive, thoughtful design. These modifications can range from simple, inexpensive adjustments to more comprehensive renovations, all aimed at mitigating risks and enhancing ease of movement. Common examples include the installation of grab bars in bathrooms and hallways, non-slip flooring in areas prone to wetness, walk-in tubs or curbless showers to eliminate hazardous thresholds, and improved lighting, perhaps with motion sensors, to prevent falls in dimly lit spaces. For homes with multiple levels, stair lifts, or even residential elevators can provide crucial access to all areas of the house. Widening doorways to accommodate walkers or wheelchairs, lowering countertops for seated access, and choosing user-friendly fixtures like lever-style door handles and faucets are other practical changes that can make a significant difference in daily life. The goal is to create an environment where everyday activities can be performed safely and comfortably, reducing physical strain and the anxiety that can accompany the fear of falling or injury. Psychologically, the impact of these modifications is substantial. Living in a home that is tailored to one's needs fosters a profound sense of security and control, directly contributing to mental well-being and confidence. It allows individuals to maintain their routines and engage in activities they enjoy without constant worry or the need to ask for assistance for basic navigation within their own space. Linda, 79, initially felt a sense of embarrassment when her family suggested remodeling her bathroom after a minor fall. She perceived it as an admission of frailty. However, just a few weeks after the installation of a walk-in shower, strategically placed grab bars, and brighter lighting, her perspective completely transformed. She described feeling freer and more confident than she had in years, able to manage her personal care independently and without fear. This renewed sense of autonomy permeated other areas of her life, boosting her overall morale and engagement. For families, supporting a loved one's decision to modify their home is an act of profound respect and empowerment. It communicates trust in their ability to live independently and a commitment to helping them do so safely and with dignity. While the process may involve planning and investment, the long-term benefits in terms of quality of life, sustained independence, and the preservation of one's cherished home environment are invaluable. It's about transforming a house into a lifelong partner in well-being. If you believe that adapting one's home is a powerful way to support long-term independence and dignity, or if you've implemented or seen beneficial home modifications, share your insights by commenting with the number 3 below. Your practical experiences could inspire others. And if these insights are proving valuable, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Your support fuels our ability to share empowering content like this. 4. The architecture of harmony, multi-generational living with clearly defined boundaries. While we touched upon living with family earlier, a distinct and increasingly sophisticated approach is emerging. Multi-generational living that is meticulously designed around the principle of clear and respected boundaries. This isn't simply about cohabitation. It's about co-creating a shared living environment where the autonomy, privacy, and needs of each generation are explicitly acknowledged and protected. This model moves beyond the often romanticized, or sometimes dreaded, notion of families simply moving in together and hoping for the best. Instead, it emphasizes intentional design, both in physical space and in relational dynamics, to ensure that the arrangement strengthens bonds rather than straining them. When executed thoughtfully, this form of living can offer an unparalleled blend of daily companionship, shared responsibilities, mutual emotional support, and the vibrant exchange of intergenerational wisdom and energy. The cornerstone of successful boundary-centric multi-generational households is open, honest, and ongoing communication before and during the co-living experience. This involves detailed conversations about expectations. Who is responsible for which chores or financial contributions? What are the house rules regarding noise, guests, and shared spaces? Crucially, what constitutes private space and private time for the senior, and equally for other family members? Establishing these parameters up front can prevent misunderstandings, resentment, and the feeling of being overwhelmed or encroached upon. Think of it as crafting a family constitution for co-living. Physically, this often translates into creating distinct living quarters if possible, perhaps a separate apartment, a dedicated floor, or at least a private bedroom and bathroom for the older adult, ensuring they have a personal retreat. Similarly, other family members need their own zones of privacy and autonomy respected. Mary, 83, provides a wonderful example. After her husband passed, she moved in with her daughter, son-in-law, and their 2 teenage children. Before the move, the family had several candid discussions. They agreed that Mary would have the ground floor master suite, which had its own small sitting area and bathroom. They established quiet hours in the evenings and designated specific times for shared family meals, allowing Mary to opt in or enjoy her own meals in her suite. Her daughter helps with grocery shopping and appointments, while Mary, a retired librarian, took on the delightful role of official storyteller for her grandchildren and helps organize the family's extensive book collection. She feels needed and integrated, but not used or smothered. She has companionship when she desires it and solitude when she needs it. The psychological benefits are clear. Seniors in such well-structured environments often report feeling more connected, purposeful, and secure. However, this model demands a high degree of mutual respect, ongoing patience, flexibility, and the humility to acknowledge when adjustments are needed. It's not about reverting to an old-fashioned ideal, but about forging a new, sustainable way of living that blends the warmth of family tradition with a modern understanding of individual needs, emotional health, and the critical importance of personal space and autonomy for all involved. This structured approach to family living is gaining traction. If you find the emphasis on clear boundaries within multi-generational settings particularly insightful for ensuring harmony and respect, please comment with the number 4 below. Sharing your experiences or thoughts on establishing such frameworks is invaluable. 5. The vibrant village. Independent living communities with on-demand support. For many older adults, the ideal scenario for aging involves a delicate balance. The freedom to live an independent life, coupled with the reassuring knowledge that support is readily available if and when it's needed. This sweet spot is precisely what independent living communities aim to provide. Often misunderstood or mistakenly equated with more intensive care facilities, these communities are specifically designed for seniors who are generally healthy and capable of managing their daily lives, but desire a maintenance-free lifestyle, a built-in social network, and convenient access to a range of amenities and services. It's about choosing a vibrant, supportive environment, not surrendering to a life of managed care. You typically reside in your own private apartment, cottage, or villa, complete with a kitchen and personal living spaces, retaining full autonomy over your schedule and lifestyle. The defining characteristic of these communities is the on-demand nature of support. Meals are often available in communal dining rooms, but cooking in your own apartment is usually an option. Housekeeping, laundry services, and transportation may be offered, but their use is elective. Social events, fitness classes, educational lectures, and hobby groups are plentiful, providing ample opportunities for engagement, but participation is always a matter of personal choice. Crucially, while routine medical care isn't typically provided directly within the independent living framework itself, as it would be in assisted living or nursing homes. Many communities have affiliations with home health agencies or on-site wellness clinics, making it easier to access care should the need arise. This structure offers a profound sense of security without the feeling of being constantly monitored or managed. One of the most significant draws of independent living communities is the powerful antidote they offer to social isolation, a pervasive issue that can quietly erode well-being in later life. Loneliness doesn't just impact mood. Research links it to cognitive decline, compromised immune function, and an increased risk of various health problems. By contrast, these communities are intentionally designed to foster connection, shared common areas, organized activities, and the simple act of living among peers who are navigating similar life stages create organic opportunities for friendship, shared laughter, and mutual support. Ron, 78, a widower whose children lived far away, found his large house increasingly silent and isolating after retirement. He described feeling adrift. His move to an independent living community that boasted a woodworking studio, extensive walking paths, and a lively weekly film club was transformative. He told his family he hadn't felt so alive and engaged since his 40s. He still manages his own finances, drives his own car for errands, and cooks many of his own meals. But now these activities are interspersed with morning walks with new friends and stimulating group discussions. These communities are rapidly gaining popularity because they adeptly address the evolving desires of modern seniors. A desire for continued freedom, profound dignity, meaningful connection, and an underlying safety net. It's not about relinquishing control. It's about expanding one's options and enhancing one's quality of life within a supportive and stimulating environment. The appeal of living independently within a supportive community is undeniable for many. If this blend of freedom and accessible support is something you find valuable, or if you have positive experiences with such communities, please comment with the number 5 below. Your insights contribute to a richer understanding for everyone. We're past the halfway mark, and if you're appreciating this deep dive into empowering alternatives, please ensure you're subscribed and have the notification bell on so you don't miss further valuable content. 6. The intelligent ally, aging in place with smart home technology. There's an almost sacred quality to the idea of remaining in one's own home through the advancing years. The walls are imbued with personal history. Every nook and cranny tells a story, and the simple comfort of familiar surroundings provides a grounding sense of continuity and identity. However, for many seniors and their families, the desire to age in place has historically been tempered by anxieties about safety, the risk of falls, the challenge of medication management, or the terrifying thought of an emergency occurring with no one aware. But the technological landscape has shifted dramatically. And today, smart home technology is emerging as a powerful, discreet, and increasingly accessible ally, transforming aging in place from a potential gamble into one of the safest, most empowered ways to navigate later life. This isn't about turning homes into sterile, futuristic pods. It's about seamlessly integrating intelligent tools that enhance safety, promote independence, and provide peace of mind for everyone involved. Let's consider some of the innovative solutions now available. Advanced fall detection systems have evolved far beyond the traditional pendant alarms that required a conscious button press. Modern systems can utilize discrete sensors embedded in walls, ceilings, or wearable devices that automatically detect a fall and alert family members or emergency services, even if the individual is unable to do so themselves. This provides a quiet, vigilant safety net. Smart medication dispensers and reminder systems are another game changer. These devices can audibly prompt users when it's time to take their medication, dispense the correct dosage, and even send notifications to caregivers or family members if a dose is missed. This alleviates the burden of complex medication schedules and reduces the risk of errors. Furthermore, voice-activated assistants like Alexa or Google Home can control lighting, thermostats, and entertainment systems, make calls, and provide information, all through simple voice commands, which is particularly beneficial for those with mobility or dexterity challenges. Smart lighting can be programmed to illuminate pathways at night, significantly reducing fall risks. Video doorbells allow seniors to see and communicate with visitors without opening the door, enhancing security. Even smart refrigerators can help with grocery lists or remind users of expiring food items. Harold, 81, lives alone since his wife passed away. His son, who lives in another state, was understandably anxious about his father's well-being. After installing a comprehensive smart home system, including motion sensors that learn Harold's routines and can detect unusual inactivity, a medical alert watch with GPS, and automated lighting, the entire family experienced a profound sense of relief. Harold himself didn't feel watched or managed. He felt respected and more confident in his ability to live independently. He appreciated that the technology was unobtrusive, working quietly in the background to support his safety. This is the essence of how smart technology is revolutionizing aging in place. It's not about replacing human connection or diminishing independence, but about reinforcing it. It empowers seniors to remain in the homes they love, surrounded by their memories, while mitigating risks and ensuring that help is always within reach. It's a sophisticated fusion of personal autonomy and technological support, offering a future where aging at home is both a desirable and a remarkably safe choice. The integration of smart technology to support safe and independent aging is truly remarkable. If you're impressed by these advancements or have experiences with smart home solutions for seniors, please comment with the number 6 below. Let's discuss how technology is reshaping the landscape of care. 7. The connected ecosystem, flourishing in intergenerational living communities. A quiet but potent revolution is reshaping the vision of community living for older adults, moving far beyond age-segregated environments towards vibrant, intentionally designed intergenerational communities. These are not merely housing developments where people of different ages happen to reside in proximity. They are thoughtfully curated ecosystems where meaningful interaction, mutual support, and shared experiences between generations are actively fostered. Imagine a neighborhood where your daily path might cross with that of a young family, a university student, or a working professional, leading to spontaneous conversations, shared activities, and the organic development of rich, reciprocal relationships. This model challenges the notion that seniors should be cloistered away, instead positing that their wisdom, experience, and presence are invaluable assets to a thriving, diverse community. The structure of these communities often incorporates shared spaces and programs designed to facilitate connection. This might include community gardens, where young and old can cultivate food together, shared kitchens for communal meals, intergenerational learning centers offering classes and workshops for all ages, co-located childcare or schools, and accessible walking paths that encourage casual encounters. The underlying philosophy is that every age group has something unique to offer and something valuable to gain from interacting with others. For seniors, this can mean a renewed sense of purpose, opportunities to mentor or teach, and a powerful antidote to loneliness. For younger residents, it offers exposure to different life perspectives, the chance to learn from the experiences of older adults, and the development of empathy and a broader understanding of the human life cycle. Consider Joan, 76, who moved into an intergenerational community in Oregon. This particular community includes affordable housing for young artists and students, alongside apartments for seniors. Every Thursday, Joan leads a small poetry appreciation circle, sharing her lifelong passion with a diverse group of younger residents. In return, they often help her with navigating new technology, share contemporary music she's come to enjoy, and simply offer the energy and vibrancy of youth. Joan says it makes her feel more alive and connected to the world than she has in decades. This isn't a one-way street of care or dependence. It's a dynamic exchange. Studies investigating such environments consistently report significant benefits for seniors, including slower rates of cognitive decline, reduced feelings of isolation, and higher levels of overall life satisfaction. Similarly, younger participants in these communities often report increased empathy, a greater sense of civic responsibility, and a more nuanced view of aging. These communities are a testament to the idea that connection isn't just a pleasantry in old age. It's a vital nutrient for the mind, body, and spirit. By intentionally weaving together the lives of different generations, these innovative living arrangements are creating a richer, more supportive, and more humane way for everyone to live and age. The concept of intergenerational communities fostering mutual benefit is truly inspiring. If this vision of connected living across age groups resonates with you, or if you've seen such a community in action, please share your thoughts by commenting with the number 7 below. Your perspective helps us all envision a more connected future. The journey through later life need not be a path dictated by fear or limited by outdated assumptions. As we've explored, the narrative that funnels older adults towards a singular, often dreaded outcome, the traditional nursing home, is being actively and successfully rewritten. The 7 alternatives discussed today illuminate a landscape rich with choice, dignity, and the profound human need for connection and autonomy. Whether it's the deep comfort of remaining in a beloved home, fortified by tailored in-home care, or intelligent smart technology, the vibrant social tapestry of an independent living community, the intimate bonds of a thoughtfully structured multigenerational household, or the dynamic exchange within an intergenerational neighborhood, the common thread is empowerment. It's the power to choose how and where you live, to maintain your identity, and to continue shaping a life of purpose and meaning. Growing older is an inevitable part of the human experience, but surrendering your agency and your spirit is not. You have lived a life rich with experiences, challenges, and triumphs. You've accumulated wisdom and forged a unique identity. The decisions about your later years deserve to be approached with that same spirit of thoughtful consideration and personal conviction. The question is not merely about extending your lifespan, but about ensuring the quality, vibrancy, and personal authorship of those years. So, as we conclude this exploration, take a moment to reflect. Which of these diverse solutions resonated most deeply with you or sparked an idea for someone you care about? What is the single most important insight you've gained that might influence how you approach planning for the future? We genuinely value your reflections and encourage you to share them in the comments section below. Your experiences, questions, and insights contribute to a vital conversation that empowers us all. Remember, the journey of aging with dignity and joy is an ongoing one, and it often begins with the courage to explore new possibilities and to make choices that align with your truest self. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey. If this article has provided you with valuable perspectives and a renewed sense of optimism, please show your support by liking this content, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with others who might benefit. And don't forget to activate the notification bell so you won't miss our future explorations into living well at every age. We look forward to continuing this conversation with you in our next video.